Hey there! Here is another video from the series Let's get down to business where? To Romania. So, are you looking for an European Union country to start a business? Why don't you look at Romania? Why is that? Reduced taxes, high quality professionals, low cost business operations. There are only a few reasons focus on operating a business here. So, if you want to find out more information and you want to or you need to know how to start a company here in Romania, the series Let's Get Down to Business in Romania will help you to do this. So, are you an expat in Romania and you want to become an entrepreneur? There are so many uncertainties that lie ahead in your journey, but you should know that anyone can open a company here regardless of their residency. What you must certainly know is that with that, you must respect some laws and regulations to every kind of business, no matter what. If there are questions that you need to answer and you need to have the right answer to them, then here is everything you need to know in order to open and operate a business here in Romania. But first, I would like to remind you to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more information like this if you of course haven't already subscribed. Also, go ahead and engage in the conversation on the subject in the comments area. I'll be waiting for your comments and questions. First of all, what matters is to know why you should open a business here in Romania and not to choose any other country from EU, because there are a lot of countries. From what we researched previously, it looks like in the recent years, because of the growing economical environment and the optimal tax system, many investors and entrepreneurs have become more interested in developing their businesses in Romania. Why is beneficial for non-resident to open a business here in Romania? So, we'll take the first aspect, that it's the best in Romania. A 3% tax from all the revenues for micro enterprises. What does it mean on micro enterprise? This is a company with a turnover below 1 million euro. Why 1 million? Because this is the ceiling that the government said that would be interesting for foreigners to come to Romania. Also, if you are having more than 1 million euro turnover, the tax will be only 16%, which is significantly lower than some of the European Eastern taxes. Also, if you have in mind to hire somebody, no matter if he's from Romania or he's from other country, then you'll pay a reduced tax of only 1% of the income tax. As well, overall salaries in Romania are lower than in other countries, so hiring a virtual or a physical assistant here in Romania is a very good idea. The only professional sector that is an exception to this field is IT, where professionals are very well qualified and almost on par with their Western counterparts at their wages too. Now, what do you need to know and what is the procedure for opening a business here in Romania? So, if you have a business idea with a growth potential and do you feel that attracted to Romanian business environment, then you keep in mind, even if you are a non-resident person, you may open here a company only with your passport, let's say. I know it sounds really great, but believe me, that is true. Only with the passport and the headquarters here in Romania you will be having a new business in a very good tax system that can help you. Also, if you don't know what to do, then maybe you should look for the help of a professional accountant that will help you to make the right decisions and implement successfully. For example, here are some tax and administrative aspects you need to know before embarking on the road in Romanian entrepreneurship. Let's take, for example, taxes and dues in Romania. Any newly established company has the status of microenterprise, which has several advantages. As I already pointed out, the income tax that you'll have to pay is 3% for companies that have no employees and 1% for companies that have one employee with 8 hours working day period. If you are above 1 million euro, then the tax will be 16%, which, as I already remembered, is significantly low than other countries. Also, number 2, accounting is simpler and may cost less, but you must keep in mind that the fee may be even higher depending on the several aspects: the business field, the complexity of the business, the number of the documents generated, and so on. Number 3, you are an exempted company from VAT until you reach the amount of 88,500 euro per year, turnover per year, or let's say it in RON, because it's better to calculate you in RON, 300,000 RON. Number 4, a microenterprise is a perfect option, especially for online activities and for digital nomads who will not need too many expenses to deduct. So these are the four reasons that you should keep in mind. Also, please note that the 3% tax, or 1% if you have one employee, is applied to the invoiced income and is declared and paid every 3 months. So, if you need a cash flow and you need to have for 3 months the money that you already made, you can use this kind of taxation system because you only pay at 3 months. Number 2, if the turnover exceeds the value of 1 million euro per year, you unfortunately will lose the status of microenterprise, but you will do a profit tax of 16%, but also it is a lower tax than in other countries. What is most important of all that you should remember is that microenterprise cannot be primarily active in areas such as insurance, stock markets, oil, gas, gambling. These fields are 16% tax from the beginning. Now, another subject that you should think about when you intend to start a business here is the VAT. You should know that Romania has several VAT rates. The standard rate is 19%. It is applied to almost everything, but there are some reduced rates that applies, for example, to delivery or food or medicine, for water supplies and sewage services, and so on. This is the 9% tax. There is also a reduced tax of 5%. That applies to the tax for operations such as sale of books, cultural events, accommodation, and so on. And the last but not least is 0% tax that is applied to cereals, crops. So, if you are interested or you are thinking of any of these fields, go ahead and ask in the comments area on the subject of opening your company for all those details that you're keep in mind in your business planning phase. Of course, we cannot cover any situations that you may have in mind, but we invite you to our office to talk more and in detail. Remember that VAT is due by taxpayer in two situations. When you reach or exceed the ceiling of 300,000 euro lei as turnover, or 88,500 euro, or number two, when you choose to switch to VAT because you need it. For example, you work with a physical person in Europe, then you need to choose to pay VAT. That would be regarding the VAT. And another tax that matters in Romania, besides income tax and VAT, is salary contributions. But this is involved only if you have employees. So, in this case, you should take a close look to salary cost and payrolls, which will differ depending on the gross salary and the working hours, part-time or full-time. At this point, you already know what you need for operating a business in Romania and why it's so interesting to start a business here, right? So, if you are interested in starting a business but you don't know how to do this or the legislation seems too difficult to understand, then you contact us, of course, for a better understanding of the Romanian fiscal landscape or any other person. The important thing is to know that we just want to present you a few ideas, and after that you do whatever you consider is right. For example, if you don't want to work with us and you want to choose another right accountant, how do you know it's the right accountant? So, here are the most important services that you should get, no matter who your accountant will be. First of all, tax return, if the field or the activity is submitting to tax returns. Tax planning. Why don't you know in advance what to do? Why not? Financial reports. Maybe in Romania it's a small business and you have another business, and then you should compare to those two. Payroll services. As I previously said, if you have an employee, then you need to have payroll services and the right accountant should give it to you. Bookkeeping. If you are not from Romania, here somebody needs to answer to local fiscal authorities in your behalf. Budget analysis. Why not? Maybe you need a cash flow. Business consultancy. You need to know what are the directions of developing, and in this case to take the right decision. And last but not least, because we are also an European country, there are grants and European funds that you can take in Romania for expanding or for starting your business. That means also a great plus. So, if you have an idea with a growth potential and you feel attracted to Romanian business environment, as I said, keep in mind that even if you are a non-resident, you can open a business here and to have all this great fiscal system. If you have questions about the process of initializing your business here, or maybe you are already here and you don't have an accountant that matches your needs, then let's get down to business here in Romania. Contact us, get on board, and contact us on our website for more information. Also, check our next video about the reasons which answer the questions why you should open an SRL in Romania and no other form of activity. That would be all, and thank you.